Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, good to see you. My name is Adinda Siska Mujiati, and here I will explain about analyzing case study trees, sticky situation with TO workers by the title An Impossible Request and Say It Just Right Conversation. Let's get started. First, I will tell about the conclusion in the first story. Samantha was an employee at a company who had to be transferred to another division, and Dale took her place because he worked for Samantha first. However, Dale is unwilling to depend on Samantha, and that makes it difficult for Samantha to manage her time. So we move to the analyze one. Analysis one is about personality of Lee. So the first is from Dale. Dale's personality is technical, organized, and dependency. He tends to have a neat and diligent personality. He is a typical person who has to clean things out in detail. And he is a hard worker, but in the wrong way, because he is also addicted to because he is always addicted to work. And then the second is from Samantha. Samantha's personality is sympathetic, supportive, and considerate. She tends to have a helpful personality with her fellow CO workers. And she is also a workaholic person, but she is forget that she still needed some adjustment time. And then we move to the second section is Samantha's decision point. So the first is cost. There are so many sacrifices that Samantha has made for Dale. She has to make boundaries so that Dale doesn't continue to depend on her, which is quite time consuming. Even though Samantha likes to help people, but that can also hinder herself from working and that will have a negative impact in the future. And then the second part from the dedication point is set limits. In my opinion, Samantha should be better able to provide boundaries so that they'll also understand that doesn't overdo asking her for help, such as refusing in a subtle way, or she should first ask Samantha about her busy work schedule. And then the third is power. Who has more power here is Samantha. And the explanation is because she was in a higher division position than Dale, and she also had more control over the work of her company. Samantha also has more experience, so I think she has more power than Dale. And then the analysis too about identify Samantha utterances that imply as IGR. So the first is IGR is specify the problem. So in the analysis too, there is Samantha says that I want to talk about what happened last week before I left the town. I didn't like the way things ended. And in this conversation, Samantha says in the right way. And then the second is from Dell. He says that you said you helped me and you didn't. And I'm sorry I managed you pull off something off. Got news, whether it will fight or not. But in this conversation, I think they'll say it in the wrong way. And then the last is from Samantha. He says to Del that, listen, Del, I'm disappointed that you act as if I never helped you. I recommended you for this promotion because I thought you could do the job. I know I agreed to help you out last week, but I've been doing that now for almost 6 weeks. I'm frustrated that you are still calling me. And this conversation shows that Samantha says specifying the problem in the right way. And then continue the next part. From the SIGR is invite the other person to talk. So the first is Samantha says, do you have a second to tell? It means that Samantha want to talk to Del about something and invite him for a rather serious discussion. And then next from Samantha too, she says that I thought I was helping you, but apparently I wasn't. I was probably making you to depend on me. Tell me what I can do now to turn this around. It means that Samantha asks Del how she can make up for his discomfort because she feels she isn't helping Del much. The next part from the SIGR is joint feeling with fact. So in this conversation, it shows that joint feeling with fact. It Del says that, well, I feel really good about doing the budget stuff since you guided me through the last cycle, and I've always been fine with handling the stuff. It means that Dale tried to relate what he was thinking and feeling according to what had happened before. And then the second is from Samantha. She says that, I'm sorry about that. I overacted because I felt you should know what to do. With my new job responsibilities, I can't do as much for you anymore. But I will gladly do what I can. It means that Samantha expect more from Dale because she thinks her opportunities now are not many help him so much, and she also apologizes to Dell. And then the last section from the SIGR is resolve the issues. So in this conversation, uh, in the last part, and Samantha says that in the Dell she says that let's start over. This time, I'll be clear about what I can and cannot do, but you must agree to do most of the work. I can tweak what you've done just to make sure you don't step on any landmines. Suppose I agree to do that for the next 2 weeks. After that, you're on your own. Trust me, you'll be running this place like a pro in no time. So why this this conversation show the resolve issue because Samantha Smith says that job will be easy and light if Dale is always trying and passionate. He will help only for the near future, and after that, Dale doesn't have to always rely on him. Dale also has to agree to contribute more to his work and become a professional worker. So I think the analysis for me. Thank you very much, everyone. If there are many wrong words for me, I apologize. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.